Hey, welcome to the channel. We hope that you enjoy today's stories and check out the chapters on the video to see all the stories for today. But before we get into this video, subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon to get notified when we release a new video. So let's get into the video.
What was the most outrageous request you ever received sexually?
Experience 1. Remember Chloe from Fight Club? The woman asks for one last smash before she dies. A terminally ill colleague of mine asked me. Reluctant at first, I finally accepted. We took our time and had a good time together. Experience 2. A dude asked me to peg him. Not really an outrageous request, I could be up for that. The thing was we had just met, chatting at a grocery store about the weather or whatever. After I declined, he lamented never being able to find a woman who was interested. All I could think was if he basically opens every conversation with a woman with,
"You want to peg me?"
I'd be amazed if he finds someone who says yes. Experience 3. I had this guy I met randomly ask if he could see my D. When I told him no, he pulled $100 out of his wallet and was like,
"Please, I just want to see it. I won't touch it or anything."
I was like 20 and weirded out by the dude, so got away ASAP. Now that I'm older, I probably would just flash my D and take the money. Who cares? Experience 4. I have a missing lower leg. A chick wanted to see if my stump would fit in her. My leg is amputated just below the knee. No. Edit, by the way, I asked her. How? She said.
Don't know.
Like she didn't expect my leg to be amputated that high. So yes. She was, indeed, stumped. Edit 2, and no to the request and no to whether it fits. I didn't want to stick it in crazy. She was already a couple of crayons short of a box, and that's a danger zone for me. And no, because unless she can fit a freaking knee plus 4 inches of leg up there, it was a physical impossibility. The idea of being Voltron sounded fun though. Experience 5. I got hit on by a private shuttle driver in Vegas. Our discussion was getting very spicy when she said she wanted to watch me blow her boyfriend. I was considering whether or not I was getting rolled or if I wanted to do it when she added,
"With you in a diaper."
and that's where the line was. Experience 6. My blind date. We talked for hours over the phone and then made plans to meet each other. She gave me her home address and gave me instructions on what to do upon arrival. After ringing the doorbell, she would unlock the door. I was to wait 1 minute. She wanted me to then come inside her home and close and lock the front door. Then proceed to her bedroom. Then I was to remove all my clothes, get into her bed, and turn off the light. She would be waiting in the closet, but watching through the blinds of the closet door. When she would join me in bed. After hearing all of this, I told her maybe it would be better to meet at a restaurant or coffee shop first. She told me no, that she wanted me at her place tonight. So, I declined her offer. If she is reading this, please don't take it personally. Experience 7. My ex's brother had a thing for me, and I would tell my ex everything he would say to me, and then one night after all of us went rollerblading, he asked me,
"Could you send a foot pic?"
"Bruh, I'm dating your brother." My ex was furious, and the brother was like,
Why she gotta tell you everything?"
He would constantly flirt and try and get me to cheat, but you know what was the funny part? The minute he got a girlfriend, he forbade my ex to ever meet her because he claims,
"You'll try and do stuff with her."
So, in other words, it's okay for me to try and do stuff with your girlfriend, but you can't do it with mine. Experience 8. She wanted to shave me from the neck down, dress me like a woman, and take me out dancing with her and her friend. Then they would take turns on me and each other with strap-ons. This was from a church kindergarten teacher who had previously stated reverse cowgirl was too kinky for her. Edit for my poor inbox. Yes, we did it. Yes, it was the most erratic thing I have ever done. Yes, I was sore as hell the next morning. Yes, it became a monthly-ish thing to cross-dress and go out. Getting pegged by one or both was weekly. Yes, we eventually brought home another guy from the club, and yes, I crossed that line too. For 3 years the intercourse was unbelievable, but everything else started dying. We were just headed in 2 different directions in life, and eventually we mutually decided to end it. That was 25 years ago. We text almost daily. Her love life with her husband is pretty generic, and so is mine with my wife. I guess we both got it out of our systems. Experience 9. When I was a stripper, I got offered $100 to kick a guy in the nuts. Naturally, I took the offer and kicked him. After he regained his strength, he bolted out the door and past the bouncers. A few months after that, I start a new class in college, and guess who's my professor? Nut kick guy. Experience 10. I matched with someone. He asked me if I have slim feet, which I do. I thought he was into feet or something. Turns out he wants me to put my whole foot into his booty. Edit. I also have someone who has a cuckold and degrading kink, and wants me to ask him to eat his own jizz. Experience 11. My male cousin's girlfriend asked me to have a threesome with them, and it turned out that it was my cousin's idea in the first place.
Do you like listening to these stories? Do you want to hear more of them? Then click that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. And check the description for links to more videos and interesting stories.
Experience 12. Not so much a request, but a girl, 19 years old, I was hooking up with, I was 22 at the time, started calling me daddy. It had never been a problem for me, but was never something I found particularly sexy or a turn on in any way. What was a problem was when, without warning, she started age play and started pretending she was a minor, like 13 years old, and I have never lost a boner so fast in my life. I hopped off and told her I really had to pee. Went into the bathroom and texted my buddy SOS, call me in 2 minutes pretending to be my dad and be pissed at me. Yeah. To this day she is the only person I've ever ghosted. Sometimes I feel bad about it, but not usually. It also now creeps me out and is a huge turnoff if someone calls me daddy. My wife knows this story and finds it hilarious, so she calls me daddy randomly just to get a laugh. Experience 13. She wanted me to basically force her. Started putting my hands down her pants and she stops me. So, I stopped because I think she was not ready for that, and she gets frustrated and asked why I stopped. Because I'm not into forced intercourse? Not going to lie though, intercourse with her was fun once I got to know her better. Experience 14. I can't fully even describe what she wanted me to do here. But let's just say that she was African American and had a different sort of master-slave fetish than I was comfortable with. The worst part was she was super loud about it too, and her kids and neighbors could definitely hear. Experience 15. A husband wanted me to have intercourse with his wife. That's not the outrageous part. I'm a swinger, so it's pretty common. What was outrageous was that he expected me to travel 3 hours to his town, pay all expenses for the hotel, wait for their arrival, and answer the door naked like some kind of toy to present to his wife. Experience 16. An older man, 70s probably, with a wedding ring on walked up to my ex-boyfriend and me, 20-year-old female, 22-year-old male, having car intercourse in the middle of a hill in the middle of nowhere at 5 a.m., offering to pay $200 or something to join us in a threesome. Heck no. Experience 17. My ex wanted me to choke and force intercourse her. I asked her to explain exactly what she meant, and she said,
I want you to catch me off guard and try to screw me, but when I say no, I want you to choke me into submission.
Experience 18. One girl I met on Tinder was really into consent non-consent, like really into it. We're just friends with benefits, and she is actually the kindest girl on the planet. You'd never expect how kinky this girl is. Her parents are like super Catholic too, like to the point she's never seen Harry Potter because of the witchcraft. Experience 19. I met someone on my country's equivalent of Tinder. We had really good conversations, and it seemed like it could actually be serious. I introduced her to my father, and she introduced me to her family. We had normal intercourse once or twice by the time she requested me to do something. Requesting is not the right word to describe it, but I will try to paint a picture of what happened. She was sitting on top of me, we both just had underwear on. She invited me to touch her body, but as soon as I came near her boobs or crotch, she would push my hands away but immediately put them on her belly again when I would keep them away from her for too long. I was absolutely confused, to say the least. This cycle of paradoxical mixed signal craziness went on for what felt like an eternity, but I managed to keep my composure. Eventually, she got mad and just told me her plans. She wanted me to get sexually frustrated to the point where I would lose control and force intercourse her because that would get her going. I tried to understand that as much as I could, and I tried to be more dominant, but in the end, I was not able to go as far as she wanted me to go. I would probably have immediately ended the relationship if she and her family would not have otherwise been absolutely lovely people. She broke up with me because I could not fully satisfy her. Experience 20. I was an escort for a few years, 2017 to 2021 to be exact. One client in particular whom I have saved in my phone as Sick D was one of my top priority clients. I would meet him whenever/wherever he wanted. If I had any prior engagements, they were canceled. Why? Well, he never paid me the amount we agreed upon. In fact, he paid 2 times my actual rate the first time we met. With every meeting, not only did their pay go up, but so did the amount of odd requests. Keep in mind this was your ordinary Caucasian man who retired early, had a successful business, and married with grown kids, one older than me, one younger, both attending out-of-state universities at the time. I won't go into details about the things he asked for because I don't like thinking about it honestly. I don't know if he's trying to hurt himself and those around him, or if he just likes the thrill or what, but it's crazy dangerous and you know. Anyway, one day I explained to him how unhappy I was in life, not having a family, struggling to have a stable job, home, or even a place to sleep at times, and that I needed to start somewhere new. So, he told me about the arrangements for our last meeting. He'd get a hotel that Friday and only be available from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and that the hotel was mine for the remainder of the time along with $1,000. Well, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., he just wanted to live the gay life he never got to live. Some of the things I remember doing were underwear shop, brunch, watching RuPaul's Drag Race, going to a couple of gay bars, going cruising, ending up at a bathhouse, buying whatever substances I could find us for $300, got a group thing going back at the hotel, and had crazy off this fun Planet Fun. Before leaving, way past 6 p.m., he paid me $3,400 to put towards my new life and told me he had booked the room for the entire weekend so that I can have a comfortable place to sleep. That was by far the best time I ever had with a client. When it should be all about pleasing him and making him happy, he somehow made it about me. A little sick in the head at times, but still a great fun guy.
We hope you enjoyed listening to today's stories. If you want to see more stories, check out these videos or check the links in the description for more videos. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And ring that notification bell.